Okay, we are here with our TikTok friend Rich Anthony's bellows system. This is the way it came out of his piano. I know his grandmother was a fine housekeeper. However, this was inside the piano, and it's best that people who are not technicians stay out of the piano. So this is ready for a rebuild because he was pedaling way too much, way more than he needed to. And so we're going to first clean off the grunge from 100 years of dust filtering down through the piano inside. Okay. First, I want to check to see how airtight it is. I know it's not very airtight because I've paddled it with the piano trying to play. And it does play because there was some work done on it years ago, but this was not part of the work. Because this is factory. This is actually 100 years since it has been touched. I'm taking this off. This is made of pot metal, and we may have to do a 3D printing to replace it. We may already have done one just like it, so we can just print out another one. Because we do several of these. We've done several of these standard bellows systems in the last year and a half. Two. Seal that up. This goes into the bag where we put parts and screws. Would you stand up and be cameraman, please? Just keep it centered on me. Centered? That's pretty rough. I think we may have to do a 3D printing of that one too. This is the power supply, the wind supply or suction supply going to the stack. The first one we took off is for the motor governor, the wind motor. Okay, we have this little thing here. This is what supplies the sustain pedal. It's been taped up for a long time and not even sticky anymore, so that was also leaking. So I'm going to, since it's brass, I'm going to be able to pull this out. Lovely brass, it'll be cleaned up and put back. So tape up this hole. Got a glue booger there. Okay. Now we're going to see how much air tightness this system has. We're going to watch these. We want the spring-loaded pneumatics to collapse and see how long it takes them to open back up. Four seconds? Yeah. Not very good. Okay, we're going to dismantle it for rebuilding. Starting on the back side. Careful of the wood things here. Set screw collars. How nice. That one's loose. That one's loose. Now, let's see. My suggestion is to take these off. Let's not do that yet. Let's worry about this first. So take these off, and then they'll just slide off. Okay, now I want to look at some minutia on this. This is the channel that controls all the bellows. They all hook to it. And the output to the stack is here. This box is called the cutout. And when you move this linkage, you use the lever in the key slip in front of the keys. It moves this. And what it's doing, this is in play, and this is going to be re-roll. It opens and closes so that it shuts off the suction to the stack. Okay, this is for the tempo. So let's finish the re-roll. This is re-roll. When you have it in play, this is closed. When you put it on re-roll, this opens. And that's why you can re-roll the roll with 1 foot. It doesn't take much at all to re-roll it. Normally I close this hole down a little bit because in modern day playing 100-year-old rolls, you can quite often re-roll too fast, and I'd like to slow that down a little bit and save some of our vintage 100-year-old piano rolls. Now, this linkage, which is the tempo, this goes into this box. This is called the bell slot. See, it's shaped kind of like a bell. And when it's there, there is no roll movement. The roll should not move at all. When it's moved to 10, you see a little bit of the hole is showing through. The roll should move just a tiny bit, very, very slowly on marking 10 on the tempo. As you go up to about 70, which is a normal speed for most rolls, it's right there. And of course you can go all the way up to 100 or 120, whatever the marking is. That's as fast as it's going to go. So this controls the tempo of the roll. Now we're going to take all of this off, clean it up, put new leather in it, and it'll all look like new when we're done. Okay, we've got 3 different channels that I know of in here, and that's going to allow us to pour each one separately. You can see it's filling up here. And also that one. The big main channel is this. We're going to put most of the bottle in it. Oop, there's another one. Okay, let's let it drain. Yep, lose a lot of shellac that way sometimes. Okay, now I get a rag and wipe up the mess. Okay, this is our spring-loaded reservoir. Here's the other one. This is actually the governor, and we know it has a hole on the side. But I want to see how airtight this big reservoir is. It's spring-loaded, you see. Oops, look. The cloth is just broken. So, taped it up. Let's see how long it takes to open up. Wow, longer than I expected. Let's see this one. Alright, how long does that take? 4 seconds? Yeah, they usually come like that. When they're done, it'll be holding quite a bit longer after the rebuild. Okay. Alright, these are the feeders. You notice they're spring-loaded to close. These are spring-loaded to push open. So this is the spring. That's an unusual spring. Usually it's a little different configuration. Well, the wood looks like it's in good shape. Sometimes these boards are delaminating. This is plywood built by the factory 100 years ago. This is usually 3 layers in most players. So the next thing is to pull these apart and replace the cloth and the valves and everything on them. By valves, I mean this flat valve. Now pull it off.
It's broken. You have to go make one.
So we'll just glue it. Okay, that one shattered.
Yeah.
We'll make a new one.
Make 2 new ones.
Yeah, we'll probably need to make all new ones. They stick so completely. But they can't be reused because the hinge part of it just isn't there anymore.
Yeah. Well.
So we've made replacement hinge pieces. And we're going to copy the factory's original method of hinging the large bellows, the reservoirs, feeders, etc. Nope, gotta remember which way this goes. And it's that way. It glues on the bottom side of the board, not the edge. This edge is going to be loose from the wood, but tight when it's in place. And we're going to clamp it like this. You see it's actually open in between. Doesn't take too long for hot glue to set up. Okay, these are for the governor and the crash valve. Actually, this is the governor, both of them. And it's going to be so difficult to get all of the cloth off. I don't want to soak it and spend a day to let it dry. So I'm just going to cut new ones. Okay, these have sat long enough. Okay, great. Okay, ready to install. Go. Nothing on that panel except the gasket. One more screw. Okay, and this is another little crash valve. This gives you more of a punch when you kick the pedals to accent a note. And yes, there is always a flap valve of some kind, which this is. This will have a large hole underneath it, and kicking the pedals will collapse this little pneumatic and close the valve. You'll see it in a minute. Okay, the crash valve, the normal one that a lot of players have, is this right here. See, this closes and cuts this reservoir off from the rest of the piano when you kick the pedals hard. Okay, ready to shellac and cover.
Radio.
Hinges are all done for reservoirs, crash valve pneumatic, and the governor pneumatic regulator. Okay, this is one of the reservoirs that we tested before, and it held 2.5 minutes. It's not going to be quite as much this time because we've attached the governor to it, and I've gotten all the screw holes closed and everything. Okay, let's see if it's still holding at 1.5. A little bit. We're cleaning up the linkage. Okay, this is for Rich. Your bellows system has been rebuilt. We didn't have to replace this. It's in good shape. It's not shattering, although it is pot metal. This was always there, but now you have something to connect it to, and we're sending the hose to do that with. Now this side, this is all rebushed at both ends, and this is your new 3D printed nipple going to the wind motor. So if you remember, this is the that is the governor, and this is this has a very strong spring in it. And so now you have pedals that don't look all black and dark and icky. So hold that while I pedal. So we're going to pedal this, and okay, that's hard to pedal. So it takes quite a bit for the bellows system to, oh, that one's still under pressure. pump it up again.
Oh.
Okay, stop.
Whoa.
Lean it forward some. Okay. Yeah, it's still holding pressure. As long as this is bowed, as it depressurizes. Okay, that's not too bad. Okay, we got you some new brass frames. These are your pedals though. Everything is exactly what your piano had except these brass frames. These are a little heavier duty than the ones that came off, and they were, as you remember, one was bent and broken, the other one was bent. I think this whole corner was bent forward. So we're about ready to ship it back to you.